Hey, welcome back to Sailing Not Short. Today we're going to be working on this Rainman Watermaker, cleaning it up, breaking it down, cleaning it up. We're going to go in that order. There's the Rainman Watermaker. Let's open her up. Again, here's my little laminated quick reference chart and things not to do. Set that aside here. Okay. So, getting it out is a hoot. Now, I've kind of already taken it out one time because, you know, hey, the video would have been too long with me trying to get this out, trying to figure it out. There's two nuts here that are basically, this one and this one are odd. This one right here, it has a couple of nuts that are right here and here that you're going to want to take out. Wait a minute, there's an O-ring in here. I got to find out where that O-ring went to. I think I know where it went to. I took this apart already and popped the O-ring out, I think. Yep. Yeah, took the O-ring out. It goes right in there. Okay, so I'll get back to that. Like I said, this is the only odd one. It has nuts and bolts. The other three have basically just bolts, screwed bolts. So, we'll lay this down a little bit here for you, so I can see it. Okay, so you can see that basically the four go here and here and here, and they just unscrew. So all you do is unscrew it. That takes the feet off, and you got the feet off. It's only this last one here that's odd. You can see it's two holes, and it's got nuts and bolts, so you have to take those off. Preferably don't drop it on the floor or I lose it. Try and keep them all together. Yeah. Okay. So, we got that. Set it back down. Now, the next fun you got to do is take out this engine kill switch, which is mounted on the other side, up over here, which is right there. So it goes right there. So, to take that out, you basically have to unscrew. There's a plastic piece button. And I just dropped again. And you got to be careful because there's a loose spring in here too. And you can see that all this thing does is push down on these. So, okay. I'm going to drop this thing. All right. So, screw goes in, that goes in here. That goes in there, and that's how your kill switch works. Now I'm a little stumped. I'm looking at this thing, well, how the hell does this work? I mean, you got two connections. I guess it squeezes those together and touches them. So when you do that, it actually touches the connections together. And that stops the engine. At least I think so, or I'm missing a part. So, anyway, there's a plastic piece in here with threads. Put that back in there. Turn it like that. Okay, so that takes out the kill switch. Now, the next real trick is going to be getting the gas tank out. You have to pull the gas tank, fuel tank, in order to get the whole thing out, because the fuel tank holds it kind of stuck in there. And there's two bolts here and here that you can see go here and over in here and over there. Now, once you take those out, pull that out, and then you've got to disconnect the fuel line, which is fed up right here. Now there's a filter in this fuel line, so you got to be careful of that. There's a little filter device, so you can see the filter here in the fuel line, and there's a crimp that basically you just pinch this. Here, you can't see this, I'm sorry. So you can see that there's a crimp right here. Can you see that all? No, I can't see that. I'm not doing very good with my light. Where's my light? So there's a crimp right here that you pull that down, and that takes that off there. There, you can see it now. Okay. All right, so once you get that off, then there's just it's a black piece here with a little rubber coating that's pushed into an indentation. So you take that off and you wiggle it out. It's going to be a little difficult to wiggle out, but you can get it out. mainly that you got to watch the fuel filter hose. That's what's getting in the way. So we pull that fuel filter hose and the spark plug ignition. There's a spark plug wire right there. You got to get over there. You see that spark plug wire? So get that over there, and now the whole thing comes out. Now tank's empty, so don't worry about spilling gas. See, there's the notch. There's the two here. There's the fuel. So once you get that out, put it off to the side. Okay. All right. Next thing you're going to want to do is remove the exhaust cover, which is over here. One thing also is good to have is paper towels. It's going to get a little messy. Okay. So, okay, like I said, the next thing you probably want to do is take off this exhaust piece here, which actually has a seal here that just kind of pops off. So you got your seal and you got the screws, so you just take all those screws off. Make sure you see it's, just fits like that. So all the screws come out and you can see all the screws here. And once you get all the screws out, it just pops out and that's fine. We can set that aside. Okay. Now, next you got to get off are all the hoses that read into here. So you unscrew this one, pull that out. You can see there's the O-ring. Same thing over here, pull that one out, which I dropped the O-ring earlier, so that's why this O-ring is not here. Oh, can you guys see this? Oh. Man, I've got this thing tight. Okay, so like I said, so you can see the O-ring here. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, so O-ring. So we'll basically pull this out as far as I can, so it's not in the way. Without taking it all the way out, I'll just leave it kind of partially in there. Okay, you can see it's kind of partially in there, so we're good. Okay, and you'll undo this one here. Take that one out. The high pressure hose here has 3 screws with this plate here, and so that plate will come off. And then that gets you access to this other, hey, quit falling. Then it gets you to this other connection here, which is, I kind of can reach it a little bit through here, down into here. I got in there with a wrench and was able to undo it. And then once you get that one loose, then you come over here and you can pull it out. And then the whole thing can come out like that. Okay, so that frees up that area. That frees up that. Now you can remove this hose if you want. I found it a bit tough once I loosened up the intake hose, and I said, you know what, I can just leave it on. It's not going to go anywhere. There's another hose in there that can stay attached up. So really that's it. Now you can go ahead and pull it out, which is not going to be all that much easier. Basically you got to lift it up a little bit to get this foot here up over there. Give it a little twist here, get the pull hose out of there like that. There it goes. So that's pretty much out. I'll take it out here. This. And there we go. So now it's out of the case. And we can set the case aside and clean it, which I already did, because I've already opened this up once before. Alright, now we can get a good look at what's going on. There might be some water coming out of stuff, because there's still pickled water in here a little bit. Alright, so we got it out. Woohoo! Now, next thing, a couple of things I want to do is I want to look at the impeller, because usually the impeller goes to crap pretty fast. So now I already did take the impeller out, but I can show you kind of how I did that. So to take the impeller out, it's basically stuck in here. It's got this seal here, this cap on it, and these 3 bolts. So you take those out, take that out, pull this, and then with the impeller, you basically take some needle nose pliers and grab it and turn it, and you can actually grab this and pull it slightly, and it'll spin as you're doing it, and that'll help get it out, and then you've got the impeller out. And you can see this impeller is a little different than other impellers I've pulled. It's got a bolt going right through the middle, so that's kind of unique for that. I did order up. They have they have numbers that they can tell you where to get these impellers, basically Jabsco or whatever. So they've got numbers and you can order it. They have great documentation for Rainman saying, yeah, you can just get these from Jabsco on Amazon. So I'm going to inspect this one closely to see if I can actually use it again. I'm looking for cracks in it. I'm looking for, is it rough? Is it not soft and pliable? This one seems pretty good. I'm not seeing cracks. I'm seeing pliability is real good, and I don't see where it's swelled up from the pickling, because sometimes you'll see that where the pickling will swell it up. One trick for putting impellers in that I do all the time is a little bit, when you go to put this back in, is coat your fingers with some dishwashing liquid and just coat this sucker, and she'll just slide right in. Okay. All right. The other thing we got here, this is, I'll just kind of go through some of the things, and you can go through the manual, look at it. So this is the high pressure pump. This is a relief air valve that lets air into there. There's also a bolt that you can get, or that should have been with it, but I'm probably never going to put that on. Well, I put that on pretty tight. I can't get it off. I got the wrong angle here. Okay, that was on there pretty tight. All right, temporary lighting goes away. Okay, so just so you know what it looks like, this is how you also fill the oil. It takes 10W30, same as the engine oil. So you put that in there. It's got a little translucent thing here that shows you it's full. It also shows you on the side here where it's at, and that's where it needs to be, is half. So it's full. It looks good. And the color of the oil looks pretty good, so I don't think I'm going to need to do anything, but I may replace it anyway because I don't know how long it's been in there. So I may suck that out or drain it out and put some new stuff in. Since I'm going to buy more 10W, I'm going to change oil in the engine. I might as well change oil in that. So, all right, so that's the high pressure pump. Okay. This is a relief valve for the high pressure pump, which you can read the manual what that does. Basically, if you set the pressure too high to relieve, this will automatically start pushing stuff out to relieve the pressure. Okay, next thing. We're going to back towards the engine here. This is a cover for the belt. So basically there's a bunch of Allen. They like Allen bolts. So there's an Allen bolt there. And there's an Allen bolt on the other side over here. Basically take those up, drop the washer all over the place. All right, and you can see there's the actual belt. Flashlight. So this is the belt, and you can hear as I'm turning, and you can also see as I'm pulling, you can see which way it goes. Okay, so I need to figure out how to replace this belt. I think it's this Allen nut here that you got to get out, which you have very little space. I got finger space to get an Allen wrench in there. I think you loosen that up and pull it off. I'm waiting to hear back from Rainman. They're going to let me know. I took a picture of it and said, hey, how do I get this off the right way? I mean, I could screw around with it and get it off myself because I don't see a way to do it here or down here very easily. However, that is another Allen hole, so that may be the big pulley comes off. Because I can get an Allen wrench in there, maybe a little easier, not by much. Yeah. Okay, we're looking at an engine. This is basically an engine for a Honda 1000 inverter type engine. Goes in their inverter generator, so it's pretty basic, pretty small, no big deal. You've got, this is where we pulled the fuel hose and the filter. You've got your acceleration throttle there, which is automated. This plastic piece here is the this is the air filter. So basically you want to pop that out, and you can see that here's the filter, which I did actually clean. Just hit it with brake cleaner, squeezed it out. And it was pretty good shape, so it's not bad. So that's the air intake. Put that back in. And it goes like that. Clips in. And there you go. This is the run to turn it off and on. You've got your oil dipstick here, which pretty much tells you how much oil you got in there. It's probably, to get a good oil level, you turn it all the way in, because you basically fill it up to the bottom of this reservoir from what I look like. So that's pretty full. I mean, it's pretty full, look good. And I'm looking at the color of the oil. I'm thinking, yeah, it could use a change. Now to drain it, you can drain it through here. Also, take this out, and that's a drain tube as well. Okay, let's put that back in so I don't spill any oil when I go to tip it over and stuff. That'd be pretty funny. Okay. All right, turn it over here, and you can see we've got. This is actually supposed to be how to throttle it up and down, but they lock that in place. So once you start it, it runs at exactly where it needs to run. And this is your choke, so you've got start with choking, a little bit over once you start it, and then full on to run. This is the spark plug area, which I already took the spark plug out. So you just pull the spark plug out. I didn't want to accidentally start it while I'm working on it. And again, here's the kill switch, and your exhaust is over here. So that's basically it. Your carburetor's here. Now the one thing I'm going to do when I do this and start this up is I'm going to fill the gas tank with seafoam. I always put seafoam in pretty much every small engine I've got, because it keeps the ethanol from killing everything. It also keeps everything clean, so that if it sits for a year, I start it right up. Like, case in point, I just started up my outboard engine after a year of sitting, had seafoam in it, started up on the second pull. So yeah, get seafoam, it really does work. All right. So, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to change the oil. I'm going to pull that oil out, and put new oil in. I'm going to get a new spark plug, because I did pull the spark plug out over here. And looking at the spark plug, it's a little white, it's a little hazy. I don't know how long it's been in there.